Pop Topics.
Here we are. This is 5051.com's Pop Topics here on 88.3 WMTS Murfreesboro. I am one of your hosts, Matt Boyd, at Matt Neil Boyd on Twitter, and with me as always is Casey Shaheen.
Hey, at Gym Class Tryhard on Twitter. That's where I'm at.
Let's just go ahead and get some of the house cleaning out of the way. You are listening to 5051.com's Pop Topics here on 88.3 WMTS Murfreesboro, the show with all the media news you need with none of the opinions you want. There are a couple of different ways that you can listen to this show. You can watch and listen live on Facebook. We Facebook live stream every episode of this show. Go to facebook.com/5051radio.
You gotta spell it out.
You can listen to archived MP3s of this show on iTunes. Just go to iTunes, your podcast app, iTunes Store app, search 5051, search Pop Topics, search Endless Shrimp even. Search whatever you want to search.
Mm-hmm.
You can also watch and listen to archived videos of this show on that Facebook.com
On that
page.
Facebook.com. We're working on a YouTube page right now, posting up episodes after they're done. We're editing them, dropping up clips. Guys, we have a website that you can give us suggestions. You can email us. You can call us. Personal number, 517. I'm kidding.
You can, there's a couple different ways that you can interact with the show. You can call us, 615-898-5051. That is 615-898-5051. You can also go to the Facebook live stream video. You can click on the video, comment, get in that comment section. We're going to have some of the regulars in the section because we always do.
They out here. We already got a couple.
We have fun with them.
We already got a couple.
That being said, did I do it? Is that it? Did I get it? Did I do it?
SoundCloud? You get SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, 5051 Radio. Anything.com/5051 Radio.
5051 Radio.
Target.com/5051 Radio.
No, we
Etsy.com. Just
Do we?
5051 Radio.
We should start an Etsy.
Start to make tank tops?
No, just make crafts.
Mesh shirts. We should make mesh shirts with
pennies.
Yeah.
Stinky pennies.
Like those like the practice jerseys for football teams that the quarterback wears.
That no one ever cleans.
Right. That being said, guys, welcome to the show. This is the show. This is the first time. This is the first week this year that we're doing the show with school out. School's out.
For the summer.
We're here on campus. There's no students on this campus, and there's 2 graduates in the studio.
We utilize the resources that you don't.
So we have fun. We're out here to have fun.
Yeah.
So that being said, if you've listened to the show before, thank you. There will be no commercial breaks. We will be taking no commercial breaks. We won't be playing you any music. We're just here with you for as long as we can go. We're going to be here. We're going to do a marathon. We're going to see how long we can stay in this studio. As the news comes in, we will talk about it.
Beep, beep, beep. Breaking fake news. That's what we're doing. Matt, how was your week?
It was pretty good. I had a pretty good week.
Talk to me.
I did some comedy shows, which reminds me.
Yeah, you got dates out the gates?
A little bit later, I'll do some
dates out the gates.
In a little bit. But, I did comedy. I had my first traveling gig this weekend.
Yeah, you went to Cookeville, right?
I went to Jackson. I went to Jackson, Tennessee, home of Joe Jackson.
But Bo or Joe?
And Bo.
Yeah, I thought
Joe, Bo, Flo.
Joe,
Flo Jackson. Is Flo Jackson a person?
She should be.
My DJ name. If they're not there, I'm taking it. I already have it. Flo Jackson.
I feel like Flo Jackson was probably the Janet's twin that she ate in the womb.
Yeah.
She absorbed her.
Are any of the Jackson kids twins?
No. Tito wishes he had a twin. Joe wishes he had twins because he could have monopolized on that.
That's a very good point.
You know, if there were two Jackson twins, there wouldn't be the Jackson 5 because twins are way more. They're way more like disarming than I think 5 talented children.
You think so?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Whenever I see twins, I'm like, hey, look at that.
The whole twins are like the same person thing has to be a bummer, right? If you're a twin, let us know.
I feel like, yeah, if you... How many twins?
But I'm not a twin.
No, you're not. You're one only.
But that has to... Because they're basically the same person, right? Is that racist?
I think so.
Twins are the same person.
But
they're
I've
technically...
seen Escape to Witch Mountain, and that is my source material, so I do believe they are telekinetic.
They are.
I believe it.
I love it. Yeah, but I had a fun time in Jackson, Tennessee this weekend. I did a show with the one and only Brad Sativa. I did horrible. We talked about it last week, but I did it again. I just died a slow death on stage. This time for 20 minutes, not for 4 minutes. For 20 minutes in front of a paying audience. and he just died.
Like, get off the stage, white boy!
Died.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes.
Would you have preferred to be naked so you had something to talk about?
Yeah.
Did you defer to, like, crowd work at all?
No. Well, I did a little bit.
Did you stay on task?
I did a little bit of crowd work up top. Just, feel out the room.
Yeah.
Feel the room. This was the funny part. So I did, the host of the show was doing crowd work before he brought me up. And he was talking to somebody, and I wasn't looking at him or the stage. I was in the back, like, looking over my stuff. So
right.
I heard him talk to some guy about having drugs because he had a cane.
Yeah.
And he was like, so I bet you got a lot of good prescriptions. And so when I went on stage, first thing I said when I got up there was, all right, who is the guy with prescription pain meds? Because I could really use some. And then I saw him. It's this older black guy with a cane that was like center stage, like almost right up at the stage. And I talked to him for a second. No one loved it except for me and him. I think he
had a good time. He had like
appreciated
a moment.
it. And I, died, came back, died again. 20 minutes, slow death on stage.
The slowest 20 minutes of your life?
Slowest 20 minutes of my life. And then I get off stage, and I go up to Brad Sativa, who I went up there with, and he was like, hey, man, I just want to he's from near Jackson, Tennessee. He was like, hey, man, I just want to let you know, we're going to, go out for a second, but then we're going to stay at my parents' place tonight. It's just right outside of Jackson. And just for context, the guy that you talked to at the beginning of the show is my stepdad.
Really?
Yeah. So we go back to his parents' place.
Did he give you a good drug?
And it was really late when we got there. His wonderful mother, shout out Mrs. Sativa, her wonderful mother was cooking us food. And his stepdad was sitting on the couch watching WWE, and
he's watching Raw in London.
I think so. He was watching Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Monday Night Raw in London.
And we were just sitting there talking about it, and there was just a moment where it was just two beats, and he just goes, "I ain't giving you any payment." I was like,
he's out sitting there. He's just
Fair
like watching, like, oh, we're going to commercial break. He has a little pill box.
Yeah.
He took Monday through Wednesday to get through your set.
Yeah. So it was fun. I had a really good time. That being said, I'm going to be doing more comedy jokes. Good. This week, I will be at House Specials. It is a show put on by Courtney Warner and Kayla Evans. That is this Thursday, May 11th at 9 p.m. I will be at House, a social eatery, which is in West Nashville. It's right across the street from the Nations.
Right.
And then, other than that, I have a show May 30th. It's a Tuesday. May 30th, I will be doing a show in Cookeville at the Halftime Sports Bar and Grill.
Okay. If you're at Cummins Falls and you just happen to want to go see some comedy, head over there.
Let's do it. But those are my dates. That's everything.
Boom.
And how was your week, Casey?
It was good. Good. Sunday was pretty cool. I got work off because I got to go to my saving grace Sherry Kirby's wedding. Sherry and Zach. Sherry Kirby, now Sherry Evans. She got married at Hard Rock. And it was amazing, Hard Rock in downtown Nashville. So it was just really cool just to see all my friends there. Everyone was looking good. She looked beautiful. I told her that she was prettier than every girl that ever went to prom ever. And it was cool. The funny thing about Sherry is Sherry loves
Sherry's Berries.
Sherry's Berries.
Did you get to see Sherry's Berries?
Proud sponsor of the show. She's like really. Her and Zach are really into like Pantera. They love Dimebag Darrell. They're just like they're metal kids, and so. It's like a non-traditional wedding. Like it was on top of Hard Rock, and the reception was adjacent to it, and it was like really cool. And I could feel it from Sherry as they're doing their vows. You could hear a pedal tavern just puttering.
No, you didn't.
You hear a pedal tavern just puttering, turning around First Avenue right onto Broadway.
Yeah. Right
down the busy main drag, and you hear wow, and I knew that Sherry. It was like. It hurt me to do that. I don't know how white girls do it all the time. But just like 7 girls from St. Louis. Just, we're here for Becca's final rodeo before she finds her Romeo or whatever.
This is about me.
Just, you hear, wow, right in the middle of the vows. It was funny though. It was awesome. Like
it's the most Nashville thing in the world.
It's the most. I felt it in in my loins. Yeah. Like I felt it. I was like, oh, because I worked the door for Sherry at Buffalo's. Proud sponsor of the show. Yeah. And it was great. And earlier that day, the Preds won. Preds went to
the Predators.
The Predators.
The Nashville Sexual Predators.
That's not true. They're named the Predators because they found saber-tooth tiger bones downtown.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Did they? No, they found it where Bridgestone is?
Yeah, that's where they found it. Bridgestone is founded on dumb bones.
There's a saber-toothed tiger buried under the rink. He's actually not. He's not buried. He's still frozen.
I'd rather.
They're gonna thaw him out. If they win the Stanley Cup, they're gonna thaw him out.
They're gonna thaw him out for the CMT awards.
Yeah. And he's gonna eat the sold out tourist crowd.
You know why they don't. You know why they don't thaw him out during the CMT awards, or when Luke Bryan was there for 2 days in a row this weekend, is because there's already enough cougars in the audience. Hey, this is a real show. No, it was fun.
You want to get into it? You want to get right into the news?
Yeah. Cool. I love the fact that they won today. Or they won Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Going to first time in franchise history in 20 years. They're going to the Western Conference Finals.
They're losing their net virginity. They're going to lose their cup virginity. Who are they playing?
They're going to it's between Anaheim Ducks or the Edmonton Oilers.
I don't think that's true.
It's true.
For the next round?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the Washington Capitals or the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That is the Eastern Conference.
Oh. See, they get me with this every time.
I know. Divisions. Why do we got to divide?
I don't care. I'm from Nashville, so I don't care about hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They put up an article on TheRinger.com. I think before the game. What was it?
Game 6.
4, 5, 6.
It was Game 6. They won the series.
About PK Subban.
He's great.
The black man, the only black man in hockey.
He's the only man that I want to represent my team, other than Pagarine.
Yeah,
I like him. You know, if he ever stops playing hockey, he'd make an excellent contortionist in Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah,
'cause that guy's flexible.
Yeah, Pekka's one of those special ones because he's been around forever. He's seen the evolution of people not knowing who the Nashville Predators were until 3 days ago when everyone loved them.
Well, no, see, you wrote a tweet the other day that I liked. I liked on the foundation of comedy, but I want to talk to you about it.
Roman Josi. I also like Roman Josi. I also like Ryan Johansson. These are my guys.
Josi Johansson.
It says he's the center for the Predators, so does he hike the puck?
Yes.
I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they did
Question for you.
Go ahead.
What was the tweet that you know it? You know it better than I do.
I said I tweeted it right. I watched the third period of the game that they just won on Saturday or Sunday or whenever they won, and I tweeted. Just for context, if you're outside the Nashville area, Nashville has cared about the Predators for as long as Democrats have cared about French politics.
And that's a great joke.
Which is true. 100% true.
Now, I wanted to make sure that I knew what context or how you were coming at that joke, because I know you just genuinely don't care at all. But working downtown, the energy down there is awesome.
Yeah, I don't debate that. I'm sure it is.
I am completely
I mean, you
fine.
see this. There's a video on theTennessean.com of after the game when everyone just stood out in front of Bridgestone Arena. Yeah, it's 1 million people that have been to one hockey game. So that's awesome.
It's exciting. And the reason because Nashville is a town built on the music industry.
Fake adoration.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that is a problem that I did have until recently, really. Because I used to be kind of like a naysayer to the Preds, but now that they're doing well, I'm like, you know what, this is actually pretty good for the city, because now I'm talking to people that I wouldn't normally talk to about about the Preds. It's just it's common ground. There's 100 people moving to this city every week. Every week. Every
minute.
Yeah, every minute. It's growing, and there's a lot of transplants and stuff, but I think it's kind of cool that it's giving everyone, it's kind of like a welcoming party. Hey, welcome to town. Now you can go meet some people, talk about something. Now, fair weather fandom is a very Nashville thing. But Nashville's also good at banding together.
But it's not that. It's not what I was saying was not that it's fair weather fandom. What I'm saying is that the people that go to the Predators games and watch the Predators games and care about hockey are not from Nashville.
No, they're not.
They're from somewhere else where people care about hockey, which I totally concede.
But that's okay. But that's okay because
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying the least Nashville thing in the world is the Nashville Predators, because
I think it's the most new Nashville thing.
And new Nashville, which is not Nashville.
Nashville's a non-traditional market.
It's racist LA.
It is. You're not wrong. You're not.
It's whiskey LA.
Whiskey LA.
Yeah,
I like that. It's I like the idea that this non-traditional market has something to rally around. Like we finally have something that isn't honky tonk, because that's not what the town is. Everyone like that comes here, like I've been working downtown for 4.5 years. I've lived down here for almost 7. And when I moved down here, I thought like Murfreesboro, where we're broadcasting from now, was, hey guys.
Sup, Rutherford County?
Sup? I thought that it was Nashville because I didn't know, and I lived out here, and then I lived adjacent to Nashville, worked out in Franklin, which is further south. I didn't really get into Nashville until like 4 years ago. And when I did, I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. Go downtown to Broadway, get drunk, and that's what it was. But then I started working down there and realized that a lot of the people playing music, yeah, they're good at playing music, but they're like, whatever. But at the same time, like, it's nice when girls from, those girls that were at Sherry's wedding, that were not at the wedding, but on the Pedal Tavern, turning around the corner, they were like, woo, we love Nashville. I love it here. I would do this every day if I could. No, you wouldn't, because at about week 2, if you hear Wagon Wheel one more time, you might actually have to kill every living member of Old School Medicine Show. Yeah. But that's why it's nice to have the Predators doing well, because we might actually care. For every million people that they can excite, there might be a couple people that become purists and actually like it.
Yeah, for sure.
They're introducing a lot of people to hockey, and I think it's cool. So I'm going to defend fair weather fandom on this behalf.
I see, but I'm not even saying I don't think it's fair weather fandom. I don't. That's not what I'm saying. What are you saying then? What I'm saying is that the people that go to and watch and care about these Predators games, they are hockey fans. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. There's a lot of people who aren't, though. But they're not from Nashville.
I saw it.
They're not Nashville people. They're not Nashville. They're not. Dude, like 5 years ago, Nashville would have been so happy to sell the Predators and country music as a whole. But then the show Nashville comes out, and the Predators win a couple games, and then everyone cares because people come here that care. But the people that were here didn't care.
No, they didn't. Actually, so I was doing some reading the other day.
I went to when I was in high school. I went to a few, well, not a few, a lot of
there are
Predators.
A lot of people that hold the season tickets. There are people that have been holding season tickets forever, and they're a very large group of people. And a lot of them are in Franklin and Brentwood. No, they've been. Predators were established in 98?
They may have had the tickets, but they weren't going to the games because, like I was saying, when I was in high school, I dated a girl, and her family were very, very wealthy, and they had Nashville Predators season tickets, and I dated her for 3 years of high school, and we went to Predators games all the time, and the second row, the second level where all the season ticket holders have their tickets and where there's the box offices or whatever they're called, sky boxes or whatever, we would go up there during regular season games and there would be nobody in the stands. Nobody.
So you guys made out.
There would be people here. We would sit and watch the game, but her dad would be at the bar that's right behind the second level on the side that we were on, and he would just sit at the bar and he wouldn't even watch the game. He would just talk to his other rich friends.
Yeah.
That's what the Predators were for.
Because when I was growing up, my dad had season tickets, not season tickets, but like box tickets and stuff to the Palace and stuff through his company.
For the Red Wings?
No, that was at the Joe Louis Arena. But like we could have gone to Red Wings games more often.
Yeah, but that's a town, like Detroit's a town that cares about hockey. Yeah, that's a hockey town.
Absolutely.
That's an original 16.
A lot of people are saying that. I have a lot of friends who are Red Wings fans, like diehard Red Wings fans.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
The Preds are going to take it. Like they're saying like, dude, Nashville's feeling a lot like Hockey Town, but now Hockey Town's moved over to the new arena, the Little Caesars Arena. But no, that's a staple at any sporting event, and that people in boxes and people with season tickets are going to go mosey around because it's a networking event. But I think it's cool the way that they're building a fandom here. Yeah. Like there are people who are genuinely excited, and I'm very excited about it.
Wonderful.
Anything else about the Preds?
No, not at all.
I was writing the other day about it, saying that I was kind of being pretentious about it. Like Nashville is a city built on the music industry, or Goo clusters, depending on who you ask. Does anybody actually eat Goo clusters?
It's true. It's very true. No one. I think I've had one Goo cluster in my life.
Yeah, and they're not good.
Like that's one of those things that always surprises me that they're like that's a Nashville thing. Yeah, because like I had no idea. Lived here, no idea.
Yeah,
no idea.
Well, because it's a town for marketing. That's how they do it.
It is now. Yes, yeah. You're very right. I'm just saying, gone are the days where I can just go to a seedy taco truck and maybe get a little bit of meth in my taco.
You haven't hung out around my house lately because there are more taco trucks and less kale, English than ever.
There's quinoa.
No, you go to South Nashville, they are still kicking around.
They are. It's the last place. It's the great brown hope of Nashville.
It's the bastion.
Is Antioch, Tennessee.
Antioch. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited because, every time 100 people move to Nashville, we get exactly 100 more hockey fans. So
that's cool.
It's fun. It's a good time.
They're gonna, you had that article pulled up there, that one. Do you want to just make that quick thing about?
Which one?
They're gonna force the fact that.
Oh yeah, this is the reason we were talking about.
The reason we were talking about. We get distracted.
The Predators. This comes from Tennessean.com, written by Cindy Watts. Entitled "Predators Success Forces CMT Music Awards into New Venue."
Now the CMA Awards happen every year in the summer. They call it Fanfare, and it's when millions of white people make the pilgrimage to the home of country music. I don't know. They just come out here and they get really drunk and they don't tip well. And it's mostly people from Kentucky looking for a reason to get out of town.
Yeah.
And they come, and it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It is a lot of people, and so they do the awards at Bridgestone, but there's a conflict of interest.
The CMT Music Awards have fallen prey to the Nashville Predators. See what you did there, Cindy. Shout out Cindy for that super cool headline. Typically held in the Predators' home at Bridgestone Arena, the 2017 CMT, for all you Nashvillians, that's where the Predators play, is the Bridgestone Arena. The 2017 CMT Music Awards are moving to Music City Center thanks to the hockey team's extended run for the Stanley Cup.
Now, the Music City
Center.
The
Stanley Cup, if you're from Nashville.
Music City Center is our new convention center. That is dope.
It's hosted by Charles Eston of CMT's Nashville. The CMT Music Awards are set for June 7th and will include performances from Blake Shelton, Brett Eldridge,
what is this,
Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, and Thomas
What are we pitching the CMT Awards?
I guess so.
This is Hockey Town. This is Smashville.
This is Smashville.
Good branding, by the way. Solid branding. Smashville is
awesome.
good. It's a good name. But they're gonna move it. They're gonna move the
They got
awards.
to.
Thank you.
They got to.
I'm excited about it because that's the same week as Bonnaroo. Hopefully I get to go again this year. Hopefully I'm gonna get to work.
So Bonnaroo, CMT Music Awards,
and the Preds in the same weekend. Well, I mean, it's a series, so that's probably gonna be interfere with one or two games.
Right.
But it all depends on who they're playing.
Right.
But yeah, they're gonna see it. So there's gonna be a lot more people in town. So parking's gonna be a lot. You have to Airbnb your parking.
Yeah, that's true. Watch out for them surges. What's the price?
Too much.
How price were they?
It's good.
So, go Preds. Go
Preds.
Go PK.
Congratulations to all the graduates of MTSU.
What's PK? This is like a
penalty
George
killer.
R. Martin
penalty killer.
Penalty killer Subban. I wonder what PK stands for. What do you think?
I don't know.
I bet it's two French names.
Pierre Catron. I don't know. Let's find out. See, dead air's fine.
PK Subban. Pernell Carl. That's a dope name. Go by Pernell. Come on, PK.
Pernell Carl with the K because he's not racist.
His name is Pernell-Carl Sylvester Subban. That dude is a Dr. Seuss character.
He's from Toronto. He's from the Six.
He is from the Six.
He's from the Six. And he's the first man on the team, not the seventh man. What else we got, Matt?
You want to talk about porn?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Cool. This story comes by way of TMZ.com. It was written by somebody.
Where'd it go?
Molly Cavallo. No, that's the porn star's name. Shark attack. Porn star bitten by shark in terrifying video. Now, this is something that's been well documented on our show, porn, and how porn is killing it in the advertising game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Porn is becoming a bigger thing day by day.
Flashy.
And I can't get enough of it. Not porn. Well, I can't get enough porn, but I can't get enough of the ways they've decided to brand their... It's all about brand.
It's about the brand. Our brand is stimulants.
It's contents.
Available on iTunes now. Gone to the days of bushes and bad storylines. And
yeah,
they're really innovating. New media.
Yeah. Gone are bushes. No more bushes. You don't see a single bush in porn anymore. You see carpet, but you don't see bush.
No bush.
It's we've gotten to the point where these beautiful, hardworking women of the internet, shout out JT Conway, they will keep a little rug for taste. Not You know what I mean. To be tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
Gone are the days of bush. I don't know if I've seen a bush in my entire life.
What you're saying is porn is a lot like the 90s.
Yeah.
The White House in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
No more more bush.
Not a lot of bush.
No more bush.
A lot more Clinton.
Sad Jeb.
Yeah.
A lot more. There's some jokes there. Well, we could do that later.
A porn star shooting an underwater ad for a sex cam company was attacked by a shark and badly bitten.
It does not look good.
Now, here we go. This is where hashtag keep your name. Molly Cavalli. Phenomenal name.
Or is that the Spanish eye?
Cavalli?
Yeah, Cavalli.
Mayi Cavalli.
Mayi Cavalli.
Dropped down underwater into a shark cage
Wouldn't it be
wearing
funny
a
if-
hot white swimsuit, and her presence apparently enticed a 10-foot lemon shark.
No kidding, because she's a babe.
Yeah.
She's a babe, pretty lady.
He was saying, let me in.
Yeah.
I'm a lemon shark.
Yeah, he's like Lululemon and getting in there tight.
Let me get in on that Molly Cavalli.
By the way, if her name was Molly Cavalli, wouldn't it be funny that she didn't use the AA in both of her names and they would be incongruent?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mahi Cavalli.
Mahi Cavalli.
The
I think that shark thought that she was Mahi Cavalli.
The crew pulled her up to safety, but the
This is
shark
stupid.
had done some serious damage. It took 20 stitches to close the wound. Now, the wound is on. Oddly enough, it looks like, I don't know what surf shop.
Okay, go ahead.
It looks like the Billabong logo, or maybe it's Ron John. I'm not sure. I'm not up to date with my surf.
It looks like a
gear.
shark tooth necklace.
It does. It does. Got her good. I want to know what she was doing down there. What was she gonna do?
Probably just gonna
She
shoot
gonna
like,
touch herself?
No, I bet she was just
I'd
shooting
watch
like a thing where she was probably gonna be like swimming with sharks, and it's like an empowerment storyline. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's pretty though.
She also worked
Bootylicious.
for camsoda.com,
Camsoda.com,
which I do not recommend you going to unless you
proud sponsor of the show.
want to.
Proud sponsor of the show.
But never heard of this girl. She's a very beautiful woman.
Yeah, I know.
She knows what she's doing.
She's an up and comer.
Yeah. And, you know, any publicity is good publicity, even getting bit by a shark for your craft.
There is a video,
You know?
and she is not naked. It is a promo video of her shooting a promo video, wearing.
I wish she didn't get bit because I want to know what they were going to do down there.
Yeah.
She was definitely going to take her clothes off.
She's probably gonna go look for James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like there's too much space.
What if she got bit
too
by
much
James
space between
Cameron?
those bars, guys? I'm gonna post this to the Facebook Live, facebook.com/5051 radio. I'm gonna post it to the chat so you guys can see how easy it would be for a lemon shark of all sharks.
Yeah, I know. Does she not know about lemon sharks?
I didn't know about lemon sharks.
How
till right
crafty
now.
they are? How well they can slip between things?
They showed her get bit. They showed her get bit. That is not. Oh, she's freaking out. The salt water's.
My favorite thing is that of all the things that she's done in her career on video, this was the first time she probably went, I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up for this.
She did not at all. I'm gonna post that to the thing. Matt, we got one more shark story.
That's coming at the end.
Okay.
We got a schedule.
We do?
Yeah.
Is this a real show?
I think this might be a real show. See, it's weird because we don't have these breaks. We would usually be going to a music break right now.
We still get at the top of the hour.
I'm not going to.
We're in at the top of the hour, right? Just legal ID.
Sure.
We're gonna say it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say it.
Yeah. So anything else about Molly? Rest in peace, Molly Cavalli. Get better soon. Whatever you say. Get back in them streets and in front of that camera.
Do you think that
take them clothes off, baby.
Do you think that this was a video that her getting bit was actually a marketing scheme to get her by her agent to get her on the see the girl with the shark bite?
Maybe.
I don't know. What if that they weren't actually filming anything other than a shark attack?
You think they knew she was going to get bit? Do you think she knew that she was going to get bit? Or do you think that they put her out there?
Mm-hmm. They chummed the waters.
No, they knew she was going to get bit, but she didn't know she was going to get bit.
They chummed the waters.
They chummed her ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd chum her ankle.
Yeah, I'd chum more than just a wrinkle.
I'd chum all over that ankle.
Give me a real chummy right now.
You a big cam girl guy, Casey? Mm-hmm. You get on them cam sites?
They get pop-ups. Pop-ups happen.
That's not what I asked. Do you frequent cams? Are you a cam guy? Not on the cam.
I don't. No, I don't.
You watch cam girls?
I don't. When they pop up, I'm like, what is this Eastern European lady doing?
It's one step removed from stripper because
it absolutely is.
You don't like with the cam girls. They entice you. They're like, if I get 5 more viewers, I'll take this off. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, just take it off. I could go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's almost like improv. It's
Like,
like I need a suggestion. I could go watch comedy where they come up with a suggestion.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So how about
let's
just
interacting
get
with
the
their
show
audience
going.
and they're getting it, like how we interact with our audience. What if we broadcast our show on a camgirl site?
What if we
did though?
For 5 extra viewers, Casey will take his shirt off.
I will. I'll take my shirt off right now.
The show with his shirt off. Don't take your shirt off.
All right, share this. We'll get 5 extra viewers. I'll take my shirt off. Facebook.com/5051 radio if you are in the Murfreesboro area and listening.
So what else do we have to get? So we hit our staple of Predator talk.
She got 20 staples.
We talked about the staples in Molly Cavalli. Let's talk about conspiracy theories. Why don't we?
Let's go for it.
You want to talk about them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, you guys know this show
is the donkey sauce of shows.
Huge fans of conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is by far, I'm going to say it, Casey.
Okay, go ahead.
My favorite conspiracy theory that we've brought up on the show before. No question. We've talked about flat earth theory.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about Pizzagate.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Interdimensional pedophiles.
Interdimensional pedo. He came out. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. He came out.
What do you mean he came out? He's gay?
No.
Alex Jones gay?
Oh, no. Shep is, though, from Shepard Smith from Fox News. He just came out today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for you. Good for you, Shep.
We've talked about... What other conspiracy theories have we talked about?
We've had... So, flat earth, we've had the fact that trees are just small bushes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What was... That was a...
that was a weird one.
Was that flat earth theory?
It was something to... It wasn't... He was trying to appeal to people of the flat earth, like...
Yeah. It was a new development, and he was like, guys, there's no such thing as forests.
Yeah. We've had... What other conspiracy theories have we had? We've had a lot. You can go back and listen to our show. Listen to every episode. Why not?
So, there's a conspiracy theory going on right now.
Uh-huh.
Where people are concerned, people are convinced, and people are convicted to say that Guy Fieri, Violent J, and the guy from Smash Mouth are all the same guy.
Who's Violent J?
Violent J, better known as the fat guy in Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, the Guy Fieri of the Insane Clown Posse.
The Guy Fieri of Insane Clown Posse. Let me just before you... no, you have a lot of questions, but let me get into it. Let me begin by saying that this is not my conspiracy theory. This was written by Claire McNair on TheRinger.com.
Don't change your name.
Claire McNair, dope porn name,
mm-hmm.
Claire, if you want to get into that kind of stuff. Let me begin by saying that
the less you wear, the more you're McNair.
That's a very good point. I do not know the name of the first brave soul to figure it out, nor do I know what happened to him or her if the powers that be, and they are powerful indeed, tried to stop from the truth getting out. What weapons of spice and face paint they might have used. I know one thing, the truth, that Guy Fieri, Smash Mouth frontman Steve Harwell, and Insane Clown Posse's Violent J are all the same person.
How did I know that Violent J was in the Insane Clown Posse, but what is his name? Steve what?
Harwell.
Steve Harwell? I didn't know that was his name.
No one did.
Oh, you mean Steve All-Star Harwell?
You mean Smash from Smash Mouth.
Oh.
I thought it was like a
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, like a Brooks and Dunn situation.
Yeah, Brooks and Dunn.
I thought it was Smash Dylan and Steve Mouth.
Yeah.
Smash Dylan and Steve Mouth.
Yeah.
They make up the band Smash Mouth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're rock stars and they get their game on. I know.
You threw me off so hard. Smash
it seems
Dylan.
Absurd.
Smash Dylan, also solid porn name.
Smash Dylan. He lives in Nashville. Smashville, sorry. Sure, they all look alike. The same hair, the same circa 2004 trappings, and the same buoyant robustness, like 7th grade pumped up into a parade balloon.
Mm-hmm.
These attributes, one might argue, could be yours too if you so desired. But what if Guy Fieri, Harwell, and Violent J don't just happen to look alike and share the same confounding aesthetic? What if there's something more systematic going on here? What if Guy Fieri, Harwell, and Violent J really are all the same person? Or more specifically,
now,
what if they're clones?
Okay, so...
This is my favorite one.
Triplets.
Clones. Not triplets, clones.
Can we...
Are you saying the twins are clones? That's racist.
Twins are clones.
Okay. I didn't know that.
But why do they have to be clones? We can barely clone anything. But can they be triplets? We've seen triplets. Well, I've never with my real. I don't even think triplets are real. I've never actually seen real triplets.
It's really easy to clone these three guys because I don't know if you know this or not, but to clone you just need one stem cell. So all you have to do is get one little molecule of barbecue sauce, and you can clone all three of these guys.
Donkey sauce.
Donkey sauce.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, I get it. It's the Holy Trinity. Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah. Diners
is Guy Fieri because he's always eating. Drive-ins because drive-bys. The Wu-Tang.
Yeah, diners, drive-bys,
the Juggalos are the Wu-Tang
guys.
of Insane Clown Posse is the Wu-Tang of the white people. And then dives because his career took a dive after their one-hit wonder, All-Star.
All-Star.
Because all that glitters is gold, including all three of the Trinity's hair.
Steve Harwell, Smash Dillon himself.
They don't look good.
I mean, I don't. The rest of this is just more conjecture. We have the fact.
Is it that?
Okay? We have the fact.
Is it that insane that three chubby white guys can have the same haircut and facial hair and just kind of and maybe get by? People say I look like people all the time. Hey, you look just like my cousin Nate. I don't know. I don't know Nate. Sometimes I tell my dude.
Are you Nate?
Yeah,
no,
I'm Nate. Hey guys, I'm Nate.
Instead of saying people look like people, I'm just going to start asking people if they're that person.
Wait,
are you Nate?
What?
Excuse me, sir.
What's your name?
Matt.
Matt what?
Boyd.
Any relation to Matt Caparula?
I love doing that. Yep. It's so much fun.
First name.
Ask people if they're related to people with the same first name as them. Do it. It's fun. It really throws people off.
Life bit. Guy Fieri always looks kind of sunburnt.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Well, that's the honey glaze that's over his body.
Ooh, he's like one of those Hawaiian pigs.
I mean, I don't buy the same guy thing. I don't because
there can only be one Guy Fieri.
Because here's the Steve Harwell and Violent J. They look very, very similar. Okay, I'll give you that. Guy Fieri doesn't look as much like those two as they look like each other. Do you see what I'm saying? No. So now I buy into the clone thing because this is clearly Florida weather at its finest. I mean, Guy Fieri is the human version of Florida.
Yeah, he's a walking flip flop. He's
the Boca Raton of people.
he's Tampa Bay incarnate.
Yes.
He's Tampa Bay incarnate asada because he loves. It's covered in dog.
If you told me that Violent J and Big J Okerson were the same guy,
I would. Yep.
Done.
Yep. They probably were just as many chains connected to their wallets.
That's my new conspiracy theory.
Now, based off the assumption that I've never seen triplets, I don't believe that they exist, and I've never actually seen Smash Mouth or the Insane Clown Posse perform. If Clark Kent is easily passable as not Superman, if it's easy to discern that they're different people, then wouldn't it make sense that they could be the same person?
Yeah.
That's a logical. Well,
fallacy. It's almost like the only
A equals B equals C.
The only reason people don't know that Clark Kent is Superman is because he wears glasses.
Yeah.
So what if people don't know that Violent J is Guy Fieri because Guy Fieri always wears sunglasses?
Glasses on the back of his head.
So if he took the sunglasses off, it would be Violent J. We would know. That's why he's always wearing glasses.
Or is that
to hide his identity?
What about how do you justify the face paint?
That's how you know it's not Steve Harwell.
Oh, I just say poor parenting. But yeah, that's true. That too.
It's also that trailer raisin that they're doing.
Trailer raisin.
Let's find out.
2 cinder blocks.
See, I want to do some research for this conspiracy.
Do you think they call a double wide in a trailer park just a trailer on 2 cinder blocks instead of 1?
I think they call it a McDouble.
Oh,
I want to find out where these 3 gentlemen are from because if they're all from the same state, they're the same person.
I think I said it here. Someone's from Michigan. Okay, so Smash Mouth, nay Stephen Scott Harwell. On January 9th, who's born on January 9th in Santa Clara, California.
Okay.
Makes sense. Fieri.
Columbus, Ohio. Guy Fieri's from Columbus, Ohio.
His name is Guy Ramsey Fieri. Fieri is his real name. Fieri was born in 1968 in Columbus, Ohio. Actually, he isn't the Florida. He is the Columbus, Ohio of people. And then we have Violent J, who was born in Berkeley, Michigan. Sup, Michigan!
So they're not... I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Now, they could be triplets that were split at birth. That's possible. Where's the triplet angle? We got a clone angle. We got a same person angle. Triplet makes sense.
We're writing it.
That's a good point. That's the forest theory of this show. Is these 3 guys, Violent J, Smash Dillon, and Guy Fieri, not the same guy. They're triplets that were separated at birth because that much white man can't be in the same room at the same time.
These 3 white men can't jump.
No, they
physically
can't.
Unable to. They have bad knees.
They can't. So all they did was they just put them in the 3 widest places in the world: Santa Clara, Columbus, Ohio, Where was the other dude
Is Santa
from?
Clara white?
There's a show called Santa Clara Diet
It's
on
Santa
Netflix.
Clarita.
He's from Santa Clarita, or
No,
the
he's,
show?
he's from Santa Clara. The show.
Santa Clara's white. Listen to that name.
And he was also in the band Smash Mouth, which I assume would play at a bar with, and they perform for only people they went to high school with.
Mm-hmm. In Michigan, that was the other one.
And Michigan
Michigan.
was
what part of Michigan?
Berkeley.
Is that white?
I don't know where it's probably Faygo factory adjacent.
Mm.
Faygo is the Four Loko of the Midwest.
That's a good point. Here's another part of the conspiracy theory.
We're just going deep.
Violent J endorses a product called Faygo. It's almost homophobic. Okay, Guy Fieri's last name, Fieri, little homophobic. And then who's the third guy?
Steve Harwell.
Steve Harwell.
Smash Dylan.
I don't have something about mouths.
All that glitters.
Super homophobic.
Mouths. Smash.
Mouths are gay.
And that's not true. Not all mouths. Just your mouth.
Just my mouth.
No, I don't know. I lost it. I did find a Juggalo name generator, and I'm gonna run your name, Matt. I put my name in, and I came out.
Oh, what was yours?
Necromaster.
That's a good. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You love dead people.
So Matt, I'm gonna say that you are a Juggalo for life.
You gotta put Matthew Boyd.
Yeah.
Okay.
The choices you had were real Juggalette, which I'm glad that they led with female.
I want my Juggalette name.
You know what? We're gonna get you your Juggalo for life name, and then we're gonna get your Juggalette name. So Matt Hugh Boyd, Neil Boyd.
Oh, you're doing 3 names. Does that mean I get 3 names?
We'll find out. Your name is haha. You fell for it.
Don't say it.
Yeah. Ass clown. Do the world a favor and go. Wow, I don't like that at all.
That's a rough name.
That was very mean.
I'll have to
on rumandmonkey.com.
I'll have to just put letters like George R.R. Martin.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long name.
Mm-hmm. Like PK Subban.
Like PK, Fish King.
I'm gonna find a more family-friendly Juggalo name generator. Do you mind?
Mm-hmm. A PG version of the Juggalo name generator.
I think that's fine. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this one comes from BuzzFeed, so you know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, he got Necromaster too. That's stupid.
What if that's the only one? That's pretty funny.
I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between any of the Juggalos. So if they all had the same name, I wouldn't.
That's a good point.
I wouldn't bat an eye.
I want to go to the running of the Juggalos or whatever it's called. What's it called? Jugga World?
Gathering of the Juggalos.
The Gathering.
The running of the Juggalos is great, but they don't do much running. They just have the runs all the time.
They don't.
Because Guy Fieri provides all the donkey sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey sauce, by the way, is his signature.
Is that like barbecue sauce and Faygo mixed up?
It's like by the way, I met a English woman last year that cleared it up for me. It's Worcester sauce. It's not Worcestershire. It's Worcester.
Yeah.
So she's Worcester sauce. And
where's she from?
She was from Sussex.
Oh,
England.
I was just what country?
England.
England. Gotcha.
Yeah. I thought I said England. Let's find this name generator. I plead the 5th.
Is it 5th or is it 5th?
What is this? I mean, we're on Angel Fire right now, on GeneratorLand.com. I don't know. You know what? If you can find one, let us know. Let us know if you can find one. Drop it in the comments. Facebook.com/5051 radio. Let's go to the next story, Matt.
Oh my God.
We're cruising today. What do we got?
Who I can only assume would be the father of these 3 triplets, Steven Seagal, came up in the news recently. That's the conspiracy theory. We need to get it in plain words and verbiage and one thing. We believe that those 3 men are triplets and their father is Steven Seagal.
Absolutely.
It's on the record now. Strike it from the record.
You're right.
This story comes by way of avclub.com. Steven Seagal got himself banned from the Ukraine for being too quote-unquote dangerous.
You know, that's where we need good public education policy in a country.
Yeah.
Because if they're just showing films in class and they're showing Steven Seagal films, yeah, he is too dangerous. The way that our teacher showed us Bill Nye, the science guy, in class, like Bill Nye's not a real scientist. I mean, he has a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, he's a fake scientist.
You know what?
Fake science.
2 years ago on my time hop, 2 years ago today, I graduated. I graduated 2 years ago.
Congratulations.
I have the same amount of degrees as Bill Nye the Science Guy. Dolph Lundgren, so many more degrees.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
He has more degrees than Bill Nye, but less than Nick Lachey. Because Nick Lachey has 98.
I see what you did there. Good job.
Do you know that Eric was his...
You're hired, Casey. You're hired.
Hey, we're back in the show. So
This was written by William Hughes, better known as Liam Hughes.
Can I take this one?
Go ahead.
Steven Seagal can now add Ukraine to the list of places he'd been banned from. Right next to, quote-unquote, that blockbuster where the clerk wouldn't stop calling executive decision a Kurt Russell flick. It's a reference to another article. And the country issued a 5-year ban on entry to the actor this week, accusing him of committing, quote-unquote, socially dangerous actions that might damage the country's security. Those actions presumably have less to do with breaking boards than setting new standards for bad film. It's just funny to say that. This is funny extrapolation. They're doing a good job, Liam Hughes. Those actions presumably have less to do with breaking boards and setting new standards for bad efforts in filmmaking, though, and more to do with Seagal's friendship with Vladimir Putin and the Russian government. Fake news. Russia and Ukraine have long complicated the largely ugly history, one exacerbated in the recent years by Russia's annexation of the Crimea River, Putin, and support of the rebels revolting against Ukraine's government. Bizarrely, Seagal was involved there, and he was bringing his blues rock band to play for pro-Russian separatists. All that matters in the story is that. Did you know that he was a?
He's an honorary consul. Yeah.
It does say it in this article because I read that in another article, in like an adjacent article.
Yeah.
Honorary consul for
Russia.
For Russia.
No, for America to Russia. From Russia with love.
Talks with.
Isn't it?
No, he was previously put forward by Russia as an honorary consul for talks with the Obama administration. So
did they draft him? Did Russia draft Steven Seagal?
I think so. He talked to the Obama administration on behalf of Vladimir Putin.
So here, let's just put out the facts, okay?
Okay.
We lost Steven Seagal to Russia.
Yep.
We lost Dennis Rodman to North Korea. Take them.
Mm-hmm.
You can have them. Who else are we going to give to another country? Case, if you had to give a celebrity to a country, he's not American anymore. We strike his name from American records. Who would it be?
I would honestly say Steven Seagal because I've always had a thing against him. But if I were to pick another one, it'd be Guy Fieri.
Yeah, no question. I would say because they're all related. Send all the triplets, the hip triplets.
The hiplets.
The hiplets.
I want Guy Fieri to go and just evangelize his type 2 diabetic doctrine to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like just go to England and teach them flavors.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe
just get out of here.
Probably Guy Fieri.
Just go do whatever.
Ty Pennington maybe. Donald Trump would be fun. Send over to another country.
Yeah. That one's a little easy though.
Yeah. I just like to see him try to be a star there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
I want to see an international episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I really do. I want to see Guy Fieri go somewhere.
To North Korea.
Go somewhere that Bourdain's gone. Tony Bourdoni.
Ooh, all the Kardashians. Max said on the Facebook Live, but that'd be good.
Make him go to Vietnam and try to do an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives in Vietnam.
So, this food's so good, you can go. And then I don't know, goes to North Korea and eats just like crackers.
They're like, he came to Vietnam and he ate all of our food. We have no more food.
The reserves are gone.
Bourdain just came here and did all our heroin, but Fieri took all of our food.
He doesn't do heroin anymore. He just took all their jujitsu.
He uses his hypodermic needles to get stupid tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Dumb tattoos.
So
Steven Seagal. We
lost him. Are we going to be okay as a country? Where do you see the state of America after losing a hallmark?
They can have Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
I want Snowden back.
You want who?
Edward Snowden.
Oh yeah. We can trade. Yeah, we trade.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. They just took him. He was a free agent. Steven Seagal, we didn't trade.
I think
he was a free agent. He got picked up by the Russians.
Honestly, I think he's been working without an agent for his entire career. Because if he had an agent, you'd be like,
he'd be in better movies.
Oh, he would. He is the most expendable American.
The funniest thing about this is that not only is he a Russian consul, but other countries are like, just so you know, you can't come here now.
For 5 years.
You can't come here.
Give us 5 years.
Yeah.
We're here in Ukraine, we are forgiving people. Mm-hmm. That got weird. That was a weird accent.
I think we should ban him. I think America should ban Steven Seagal.
Let's get rid of Steve Bannon.
Let's get rid of him.
There it is.
Where are we going to put him? Vietnam.
No.
Let's send all these guys to Vietnam.
Mm-mm.
They get their,
I want to send Steve Bannon to where everything, like, I want to send, like, Northern Europe, like a Nordic country where they have, like
Sweden?
super high taxes and, like, war.
Well, they're all white. I think Bannon calls that heaven.
Oh, you're probably right.
You can't send him to Norway. He'd be happy. He wouldn't have to see another minority.
I mean, if we sent him to Norway, there'd be no way we'd ever see him again. Norway, Jose. That's 2 callbacks to past episodes on this show.
Callback.
Hey.
Wonderful.
Facebook.com/Fiftyfiftyone Radio if you're still listening.
So what do we do with this information? Do we try? What do you think Steven Seagal's game is here? My theory is that he does this because you can get a lot of cheap studio time in a place like Russia to make all your crappy movies. He only spends about 5 days on set anyway.
I don't know. It's not that I have a thing against Steven Seagal. It's just this thing against like older white guys who say karate and who
think that they're karate guys.
Yeah, like
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, like no.
You don't like Chuck Norris?
I don't. Really.
I don't really either. I'm not a
Texas Rangers, whatever.
But who's some other karate dudes? Because Steven Seagal's one. Chuck Norris.
Well, like Chuck Liddell.
Jackie Chan. He's white.
Well, he's white.
That's my conspiracy theory.
Actually, if we do like
that's a good point.
If we do a three-way
it's a karate trade.
Yeah.
The karate people, they go around the world, man. Yeah. They just live in different places.
Absolutely.
So it's the karate kings. They can just live wherever they want. They have permanent visas because they're so good at martial arts.
Well, they don't need a visa because they can just karate chop you and take whatever they need.
They don't.
For everything else, there's karate. For everything else, there's karate. That's a MasterCard riff from a Visa riff. I get it. It's loose, but we're gonna have fun.
Here's my idea, because that was the end of our callback segment. After that, in this next segment, we're going to get into some slightly heavier, a little half and half. It's not whipping cream, but it's kind of half and half.
Yeah.
Slightly heavier content.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, I say we go to a...
Wait, are you saying heavier than Steve Harwell, Guy Fieri, and Violent J?
So. That's
the heavier than the Holy Trend?
That's the weight of the world, as far as I know. So we're going to go to a break. I'm going to play a song for you. I'm going to play you a song off of Kendrick Lamar's new album, Damn.
Okay.
I'll play you the song Element. After that, we're going to hit some commercials up top. While we play the song and do the commercials, we're going to talk straight to the Facebook Live community.
Or in Matt's case, anything that comes out of his mouth not straight.
I'm going to say some real inappropriate stuff.
Ooh.
Because I've been holding a lot in.
He's been holding it in.
I got through, I don't want to brag or anything, but I got through an entire porn story without saying a bad word.
Yeah, I know. I was really proud. Actually, I felt like we were walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Or walking on shark teeth.
So that being said, I'm playing you the song Element off of Kendrick Lamar's new album. After that, we're going to hit some commercials, and then we'll be right back. We love you forever. Bye.
Be right back.
Pop Topics. This is 5051.com's Pop Topics here on 88.3 WMTS Murfreesboro. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around. Casey?
Hey!
You want to get right back in these stories?
Yeah. Facebook Live. Facebook.com/5051 Radio is where we're at. I'm Casey. This is Matt. We do this show. That's it. That's all you need to know, listeners.
Let's get into some real news.
Let's do it.
We hit the fun news. We're gonna hit the real news, and then after that, we're gonna hit the fake news.
Which one are you starting with? Let's do that one. I like that one.
Well, you tell me. Fielder's choice. Dealer's choice. Wielder's choice.
Nathan Fielder's choice.
You want to talk about Emma Watson? You want to talk about Colbert? Or do you want to talk about hating gay people?
Let's talk about Emma Watson.
Okay.
Because we're a gender neutral show.
This story comes by way of the NewYorkTimes.com.
The failed New York Times.
The failed. Fake news.
Fake news.
This was written by Christopher
I'm
B.
so over
Shea.
that version, by the way. I'm over it. The Donald Trump thing.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin, you ruined it for all of us.
It's ruined. Let's go a little off top real quick. It's genuinely ruined by the idea that there is an entire 30-minute Comedy Central show centered around an impression of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That is to me the tipping point.
You know how bad you have to be as a president, as a leader, as our great dictator. He's watching the show. Big fan of the show. We are Fox and Friends. We're the and Friends.
Who would you be if we were Fox and Friends? If we were Fox News, who would you be?
Bobby Moynihan.
No, who on Fox News?
I don't watch it. The only time I ever watch it would be on the
I don't watch it either. But I want to be Wolf Blitz. No, because you got a beard.
Wolf Blitzer's on CNN.
CNN. So who's on Fox News?
Exactly.
Racist people.
Shep Smith came out gay.
Smith.
Like your mouth.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson took over for Bill. Oh, really? You have a podcast now.com?
How starved for content do you have to be, Comedy Central, to where you're like, here's a good idea for 30 minutes of the day. Let's do an impression of Donald Trump.
Well, you have to be terrible because Bush had in the end of the Bush administration was That's My Bush. They had a little cartoon, and it was a little, there were two cartoons. There's Lil Bush, and there's That's My Bush. There was a live action of the Oval Office of George W. Bush.
There was Shave My Bush.
And there was Shave My Bush on
starring Molly Cavalli.
On camsoda.com. And what was I saying? But they had at the end of the Bush administration is when they started doing parodies.
Yeah.
In the front of the administration, they're like, you know what? We're gonna lead it. We're gonna kick it off. We're gonna get a little head start on this one. Your mom's calling.
Your mom's calling.
Ooh, you got a mom, dude.
Let's do this story.
Let's do this one.
Emma Watson wins MTV's Gender Neutral Acting Prize.
Now, first thoughts, Matt. When you read that headline based on the social justice warriors that we've talked about on the show,
the SJWs of the world.
The SJWs. What does this mean to you? Where do you think it's going?
So right away, the gut reaction when I see that headline is, Jesus Christ, why do we have a gender neutral acting category?
Now you think
that's my initial reaction.
Now initially I thought as well, and tell me if, because I want to not have like a whole ghosting miscommunication situation like we did last week.
Ghosting, yeah.
Gender neutral. I thought they were adding a category.
I did too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was like, they're making a new category that is called the Gender Neutral Acting Award, but it turns out that's not the case.
No,
it's not called the Gender Neutral category. It's just an acting category where it's not Best Actor or Actress. It's just Best Acting.
Yeah, so it's like,
which I'm very much a fan of.
So
to be honest,
yeah,
to be clear,
I agree, because you don't like award shows, and I don't think that separating things by gender is necessarily a positive.
I mean, I still hate women. I'm just saying.
I mean, your mouth. It's because of your mouth.
It's my gay ass mouth.
I hate you so much. You can't say that on the air.
Yes, I can.
Can we say that?
100%.
I didn't know we could.
What are those words?
It feels rough.
It is rough.
It feels rough.
It feels very rough.
A lot.
Ask Molly about that.
Now, we're going to ask Colbert about that in a little bit, about FCC, how that works. But the Gender Neutral Award. MTV's getting rid of sex.
Yeah.
But they're having more sex than ever on the airwaves.
Well, let's let Chris tell us about this.
Chris, what's his name?
Christopher Deshay.
Ooh.
The D stands for Donald.
No relation to Nick Deshay.
No. Emma Watson made a potent call for breaking down gender categories as she scooped up the Gender Neutral Film Acting Prize at the MTV Movie and TV Awards in a speech that was broadcast on Sunday night. An award, quote, that doesn't separate based on their sex, says something about how we perceive the human experience, Miss Watson, who won for her performance in Beauty and the Beast, said in her acceptance speech.
I'm gonna go back just to be safe. I'm going to say that Emma Watson made a potent call for breaking down gender categories as Z scooped up the Gender Neutral Film Acting Prize. And an award, quote, that doesn't separate nominees based on their sex, says something about how we perceive the human experience. This Watson after Zer performance. That's going to be really hard to figure out.
Yeah, man. I mean,
You know...
I'm just glad they asked her.
Just be crazy.
I'm so glad they asked her pronouns. Before they gave her the award. Quote, MTV's move to create a genderless award for acting will mean something different to everyone, but to me it indicates that acting is about the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, and that doesn't need to be separated into two different categories.
But they do need to be separated by two different sizes? Men's shoes and women's shoes, different sizes. Bad metaphor? Or do we now need to wear the same shoes?
Millie Bobby Brown, the 13-year-old star of Netflix's show Stranger Things.
Honestly, I thought Millie Bobby Brown was Bobby Brown's daughter that died. That was just Bobby.
Bobby Brown's daughter die?
Yeah, she died of a drug overdose maybe 2 years ago.
Surprise there.
No, that's when they said Millie Bobby Brown.
Miss Watson's speech was trending on Facebook on Monday morning and gained traction on Twitter, where her fans offered messages and support.
Hold on, did I miss the MTV Movie Awards?
Yeah, it already happened. It happened on yesterday.
I was looking at this article, I'm like, cool, I missed the MTV Movie Awards.
How do you think she won the award if it hadn't happened yet?
It's not the VMAs, is it? No, it's a different award show.
No, it's MTV. VMAs is VH1. No, it's not.
No, it's on
VMAs are the music video awards.
You know what we need is a whiteboard. Let's start doing a whiteboard for the show, bringing it in, and just start doing these.
Isn't there a whiteboard? No, there's not a whiteboard.
Why's it got to be white?
That's a good point. It could be a blackboard, but then we would need chalk.
Yeah.
And chalk comes in many colors.
All the colors.
But chalk only looks like penises, so they're not gender neutral.
I don't mind having.
I've never seen a vagina-shaped chalk.
I've never either. I don't own it. I didn't buy it though.
Think about it.
I haven't been to Spencer's Gifts in a while though. I don't go to the mall. Don't got a whole lot of money.
Writing is sexist.
This is hard.
No, but to be honest, as they say in future songs, I do like this because I do think it's a little crazy to give. I think it's crazy to give awards first and foremost, but that's well documented on the show.
Because they're for children.
But I think that like having like a best girl actor and best guy actor category, that is a little weird because if you want equality, it should just all be one category where just the 5 best actors not based on gender are going for an award, and that's the way it should be. I think this is right. I think what MTV did here is the way that if you're going to give awards should be given.
Now, let's use a metaphor. Now, let's say that men use the restroom in a certain way, and women use the restroom in a certain way, but in the end of the day, they're still using restrooms.
Yeah, right.
So realistically, if you could look at this...
Everybody's got to poop.
Everybody poops. So we can look at the MTV Awards like gender-neutral bathrooms.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's where we're going.
I don't believe in gender-neutral bathrooms.
I don't care. I use the family bathroom at the...
Have you ever walked in on a female stranger taking a poop?
I work at Dick's Last Resort where they have a fake door, so I see women in the restroom all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, but they walk in on you. You don't walk in on them.
No, but
I say all this as an anecdote.
Hey, sometimes they're in there before I am.
They are in there before Zoo are.
Zoo?
Yeah, that's what it would be.
It's like
I want to say this is official. This is a Facebook Live exclusive announcement.
Boom, boom.
I officially changed my pronouns on Twitter to Zem yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Good, man.
So, you have to ask if you're not on Twitter. You have to ask me my pronouns. And now I have pronouns.
So you like?
I have pronouns.
You have pronouns. Now you're.
I don't want to brag.
You're
but
inclusive.
I have pronouns.
You're inclusive.
Yeah.
You're inclusive. You have Millie Bobby Brown's haircut.
I mean, have you ever seen me and Millie Bobby Brown in the same room?
Nope.
We're both phenomenal actors.
You've never seen Violent J and Guy Fieri in the same room.
That's a good point.
And I have seen Steve Hurwell and Guy Fieri in the same car.
I've never seen Violent J and Silent Bob in the same room either.
I don't think I've ever seen Kevin Smith not be diabetic.
That's true.
Violent
J not as big a fan of hockey jerseys as Kevin Smith is.
So
that's why hockey fans are fat, is because they have the most fat inclusive wardrobe. Because hockey sweaters are made for fat people.
They're called jerseys.
They're called sweaters. I'm pretty sure they call them sweaters.
Hockey sweaters?
I'm pretty sure they call them sweaters.
What, are we going to go to the sock hop later?
I don't... Hey, man.
Hey, Jimmy, can I wear your hockey sweater
I'm not
to the
Canadian.
malted milk shop? I'm not either.
So,
They're going to wear it to Tim Hortons. It's not a malted milk shop. We got to adjust that little bit of Americana.
What were we talking about?
About gender-neutral awards. Let's keep reading the story, and then I have a question for you.
Okay.
You want me to read it or you?
Go ahead.
MTV, this is a quote, MTV's move to create a genderless award for acting will mean something different to everyone. But to me, it indicates that acting is about the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. And that doesn't need to be separated into 2 different categories, she said. Ms. Boston's speech referred to this as the first ever occasion the award show has combined the performance categories, and the MTV Movie Awards have in fact done so in 2006 and 2007. Millie Bobby Brown, the 13-year-old star of Netflix Stranger Things, I'm gonna find this. Others were less sympathetic. Also on Monday morning, the conservative British television personality Piers Morgan, the host of Good Morning Britain, not good enough for America, huh? He lampooned Miss Watson in the award, which he described as part of the utterly ridiculous culture of political correctness. MTV Prizes underwent an overhaul this year that included scrapping the male and female acting categories and renaming what was previously called the MTV Movie Awards. The winners were chosen by public vote. Beauty and the Beast won top film category, and Stranger Things won a top TV prize. So, genderless categories. Cool. Let's keep consolidating until we have less things to celebrate.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only one, isn't it? There's not, like, the best actor and actress. That's the only one that's separated, isn't it? Because, like, directors, like, best director isn't, it's not, there's not best male and best female director.
Are we now when we do gender neutral, is the next step being
or is it? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Like at the Oscars, Do they have a best male and a best female?
It's just best director.
Best director. But it's like that for everything other than actor.
Yeah.
And actress.
Yes. Yeah, it's for only actor and actress.
And supporting
actor and supporting actress.
Yeah.
Best PA on set. Funniest film grip. Funniest female film grip.
Yeah.
Key grip. Not many of them.
Best craft services item. Look at that
Taquitos.
cheese, y'all.
Taquitos.
Look at that cheese spread.
Taquitos. Now, it was just a stray thought, but I wrote it down. And this is my conspiracy time. Now, a lot of like people in Hollywood, they always think like Animal House is a very funny movie. Back to School, Caddyshack, Van Wilder, like National Lampoon movies where they have co-ed college dorms. Do you think that they're trying to make all these categories kind of co-ed again so they can like return to the beer-soaked aesthetic of those co-ed dorms? They're trying to get everybody included so that everyone can get laid?
Maybe.
I'm thinking that MTV is just trying to get laid.
Oh, MTV's always... That might as well be their slogan. Yeah. MTV, we trying to get laid.
Hey, trying to go?
MTV, you up? Like that. Like they've always, every single show, all those dating shows.
Do me a favor. I need you to do a quick take for that so I can cut that out and make a video. MTV, you up? Say that again. We're gonna do another take.
I will not.
You can do it
I'm
cleaner.
Not gonna do
you
that.
can do it cleaner. It was so good.
My thing is, what was I saying? MTV's
MTV,
always been the trying to get laid TV channel. I mean, all those celebrity the celebrity dating shows were VH1, but like the Next, Room Raiders. What was another dating show?
It was Next. It was Room Raiders. It was what was it? The Date.
Date
Disaster Date.
Disaster Date.
Oh, remember that show with Mayhem where you could bully beat down?
No.
Okay,
was it a dating show?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a dating show. It was like a revenge show.
Yeah.
It was like in lieu of like Yo Mama. But like a kid who was bullied could call Mayhem.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
And he would go confront the villain, and he'd have to fight.
Yeah.
And they literally beat dudes who were like bullies.
But
like,
they were children, weren't they? They were like high school kids.
No, they were like probably in their 20s. Like they got up to like in their mid 20s, probably older than that.
I think I've seen episodes where Mayhem would have to go to a high school, and he obviously wouldn't physically assault them, but he would like talk mess to like high school.
That was that episode of Made where he took the kid.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So it was like because Mayhem was double dipping. He had a production deal with MTV.
MTV and Mayhem were born for each other, like Steve Harvey and UPN.
And Exhibit and
Exhibit and MTV.
Exhibit and the IRS.
Exhibit and Fast and Furious 2.
Randy Quaid and Being on the Lam.
Like Anthony Bourdain and what's
heroin.
on TLC? And heroin. And bad tattoos.
Yeah.
And got stupid tattoos.
There's more. We could do this
all day.
We could do this forever.
But let's get back to that.
That's it. You know what we should do another podcast called SAT Prep. Things that are like other things.
Things that are things.
Blank is to blank. It would be the name of our show.
Do you want to get into Stephen Colbert?
I would like to, and I'd like you to have
Mr. Steve?
Mr. Steve, because you have something to say about this. You hate censorship, Matt.
This comes by way of EW.com, or as I would call it, EW.com. Entertainment Weekly. Nick Romano, also known as Nicholas Romano.
Why did you pull it from Entertainment Weekly?
This is my... Oh, thank you for asking me. Because I wanted to bring this up.
I don't know if because I don't really like the way they write.
Thank you for asking me.
They write so much like Variety.
What I learned this week when I was pulling up stories from Twitter is that AV Club has 0 original stories. They always get them from other websites.
It comes from The Wire. Like they
go to other websites and then they link the website to the bottom. So all of these stories that I got were from AV Club, but instead of just reading them all from AV Club, I go down to their sources.
Their sources, like the Guardian was the last one.
They put their via Newswire at the bottom or via whatever. And so I just pull from there.
And usually they're referencing in the first paragraph, that huge preamble. They're usually referencing a joke made by...
Which is why I just go straight to the... I'm getting closer to the stuff. Yeah. You know? I don't like my news stepped on,
good stuff,
as they say.
Real stuff.
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
That's what it is.
Out here at Studio G. Happy birthday to G. Happy birthday to G.
If you haven't seen that Garth Brooks joining Facebook video, people, you gotta go see
I'm sure you can just Google or go to YouTube and search Happy Birthday to G.
And you need to see it.
And it's the best video you'll ever see.
It's so funny.
That video, more views than all of our videos combined, and it's like a 30-second video. And I just want to put that out there.
He does, he sold out 2 shows in Memphis, like, like a couple months ago. Like they just added another show.
Yeah.
He'll do like 2 shows in a night, back-to-back shows, and then he'll go on the next night and he'll do 2 shows, 4 shows in 2 days. He can just do that.
I just hate people.
Friend of the show and my roommate, Justin Green, saw him in Memphis on the first show of the night, and then the next night he was playing again. That's ridiculous. They got a lot of fans.
We either get into it or we don't. But I have a lot of things to say about G.
I don't want to do it.
Okay. Stephen Colbert late show monologue called homophobic incites #FireColbert campaign.
All right. So first of all, Matt, what do you know before we talk about this? Like, how do you feel?
Well, this is the OG story, as they say. This is because there's been a lot of things that have come out since then. I think Colbert has even come out and said stuff after
he's retracted it.
Yeah,
he said that he would do the joke again, but differently.
So basically, what happened was during his monologue last week, Colbert said that Donald Trump should use his mouth for the only thing it's good for.
If Vladimir
being where I like you can't say it because the show's FCC regulated.
Exactly, and that's what I love about this story is because we're also under the FCC.
He basically said the only thing Donald Trump's mouth is good for is Vladimir Putin's penis. That's what he said, and much funnier, much less words.
You know what? It was kind of as far as Colbert goes, it was not as like graceful as his jokes normally are.
Yeah.
It was really clunky.
It was kind of just mean.
It was mean.
Yeah.
Like the word, it was holster. It was a wiener holster.
Stephen Colbert's show monologue on Monday sparked a bit of a backlash recently, even going so far as to start the hashtag #FireColbert. While most tweeters are slamming the late-night host for his remarks against President Trump, some deemed his show he made about POTUS and Vladimir Putin, quote-unquote, homophobic. Colbert went on the offensive during the show in question after Trump slighted CBS News reporter John Dickerson, whose interview was abruptly ended when he questioned Trump about his unconfirmed accusations of wiretapping. Quote, "Sir, you attract more skinheads than free Rogaine," end quote.
Good. That's good.
That's phenomenal.
That's great.
You quote, "You have more people marching against you than cancer. You talk like a sign language gorilla who got hit in the head. In fact, the only thing your mouth is good for is being Vladimir Putin's blank holster."
Now,
end quote.
Now, lead with Rogaine. Lead with Rogaine, and you have to end with something stronger than that. Just in terms of just the format of that joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
So what happened was after he said that on the Late Show, there were conservatives that protested against him saying that on air. They started the hashtag #FireColbert. That some of them accidentally used the hashtag #Cancel Colbert, which was reused before when he did the that questionably racist joke on the Colbert Report. Yeah, which that one was started by liberals.
Yeah. So
#Cancel Colbert.
So isn't it funny that the people that were just calling all liberal snowflaks got upset about this joke? Isn't that a little bit like misguided? Yeah. It seems like everyone's switching. It's just outrage of convenience.
And to be fair, the concern among the people that started #FireColbert was that the fact that the word that he used, the male C word, the word that he used is not okay with FCC regulation, and the Late Show is FCC regulated. That was their main
network, and it's not. But it is after Safe Harbor hours.
It is, yes.
So Safe Harbor hours, for those of you who don't know, is from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. You could pretty much say whatever you want, but you, within no hate speech, and it's like but like decency. There's decency standards.
Right. The reason that those shows, the reason that late night talk shows don't go any further with what they say is because they want to keep a more mild crowd.
That's why
a more. Yeah. I don't know what word to use.
And that's why you'll hear
old conservatives.
You'll
hear keep them watching.
Well, because they want to stick around for Kevin Can Wait.
Yeah, exactly. For reruns.
Or they're just
King of Queens.
They're just in their opiate-induced haze after Kevin Can Wait. There's another article that came out of this. So they're outraged. Is there more on this one? On that last article?
On the last one, no.
Okay. So I found this last night when I was just doing my perusing because there's a lot about the FCC. John Oliver. This again. I don't know if I've said it yet, but John Oliver's Last Week Tonight this week tackled. The I was reading. he went up against the FCC and did a whole thing, and the FCC is going up against Colbert, and there's a whole lot of stuff that you guys don't know about the FCC, and that's what this article right here is from Vice, and it comes by way.
Now, to be fair, two things. Number one, this radio station, 88.3 FM, is also FCC regulated because it is a Jesus Christ student-run organization. Mm-hmm. The only other thing I know about the FCC is that it won't let Eminem be. That's all I know.
I almost said the FCC won't let us be in the promoting of this show, but I was like, you know what? You gotta be brief.
Gotta.
So here's how the FCC works. If we say something indecent, and this is, I swear, a few trolls out there, but you can hear something.
Do it. I stand by it. I stand by what I said.
What happens is the FCC has to investigate.
No regrets.
Every complaint. So if a complaint happens, it launches an investigation. Now, does investigation sound scary, Matt?
Yes.
No, all they do is just look into it.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I mean, to what they do, what they're saying, this article, and I'm going to kind of
I don't want to be investigated. I don't want people looking at my stuff.
I don't want to do it. Net neutrality.
You can't look at my stuff. I got the right.
Yeah, so it said, so this is called The Misguided Outrage Over the FCC Investigation of Stephen Colbert Shows How the Left Can Get Stories Wrong. And this was written by Eve Pacers. Pacers. It's a new column about politics from Vice. And it's a good write up. And she even cited The Hill, which is a conservative leaning publication. And she just sourced it well. But this weekend, as every weekend, liberals on the internet were buzzing with rage about Trump. This time, it was about the FCC investigation of Stephen Colbert and the late-night host who made the waves last week for a monologue joke with a punchline that we've already said. Now, friends, this is a bad joke. There's a whiff of weird homophobia. It doesn't accurately describe the current tense state of the U.S.-Russia relations, and the questionable words makes it sound like Putin is putting his blank in Trump's mouth when it's at rest. It wasn't long before the right-wing internet took a break from calling liberal snowflakes and got outraged, throwing around the rather trolly #ViralColbert hashtag. Some people complained to the FCC about the joke, and that's when liberals decided to start a cycle of counter-outrage. So what happened is that they got 100 and something complaints. They got 100,000 complaints or something like that. The clip received over 100,000 shares, and the left started to call censorship. They're saying censor. We can say whatever we want, but you can't call me. See, this is hypocrisy.
Now they don't call me Maddie Sin Censura for nothing.
Maddie Sin Censura. You know what that is? Without Sura.
Without Sura.
Is that limits?
Without censorship.
Without censorship.
Sin Censura means no censorship.
Sin Censura.
And that's in the language of Mexican. That's what it's in Mexican. Sin Censura means without censorship.
Without censorship. Mm-hmm. So this is the problem is that
I can say that because I'm sin censured.
Yeah, we're gonna get sin censored for this episode.
Maybe
this is the FCC won't let us be. This one's gonna be the dark episode because of the FCC. To prominent liberals like Sarah Silverman, this was evidence that the Trump administration was making efforts to censor comedians.
I don't know why.
Hey, she said it, and we're just
I don't know why.
She said, "Wow, this is chilling. This kind of stuff has to be fought hard at every turn." Silverman wrote on Twitter, and she was not alone in her analysis. Lauren Duca, who writes for Teen Vogue and a Vice contributor, who was we've talked about before, wrote the best article of the year on the Trump administration. Mm-hmm. She wrote that the government this is what government censorship looked like. Guys, I could go on and on, but I'm just gonna say that's not censorship. That's what the FCC does. That's what they're there for. Mm-hmm. Is we can't have a free and open media unless we're taking care and looking at
free media. Hashtag free media.
Hashtag free media. Unless we're working, and this is the goal of this is for WMTS to be on the air. We have to work in the best interest, convenience, and something else of our listeners.
Is there any way the third one is butts?
It's butts. Work in the butts. Mm-hmm. Or in your case, the mouth. We have to work in the convenience. We have to work in the convenience of the public, and that means that we have to be decent. Uh-huh. We have to be decent. This show, not always decent.
Very subjective term.
We're decent adjacent. Mm-hmm. I would say that we're decent adjacent.
We're not decent. We're D's nuts.
Yeah, we're D's nuts.
Can't censor this, dog.
So
I'm off top.
So what the whole thing? The reason that network TV is under more scrutiny than, let's say, cable networks. Like Comedy Central can say the S word. Shh. They could say, and FX can do that. But network shows are transmitted over the air, and they're subsidized by the
You
government.
can also say, but they can say the F word too.
No, they can't.
Yeah. What's it called?
They
the People versus O.J. Simpson. She said
that's
MF.
an FX. You can say it on FX because cable is purchased by contract. When you make that exchange, that's when it opens up the ability you can do that. Now, cable networks didn't used to do it because they were trying to fight for the same viewers as network TV. But now, since we're in the age of too much TV,
and I mean,
you can do it.
The viewership's woke.
Viewership is woke. Hashtag woke. Hashtag woke quote. Hashtag fourth callback of the show to older episodes. So the FCC, what they have to investigate all these claims, and an investigation isn't big. They just go in and they have to see if it works.
Let's get into enough facts.
That's why.
Okay.
But that's why it's not censorship.
Let's start saying
that's
something.
what the FCC does. That's
exactly. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
So this whole Fire Colbert movement, the whole thing about censorship, it's all just a bunch of everyone's setting up a straw man.
Exactly.
There's literally no argument here. This is a non-story.
In a way, no, it's not a non-story.
It's a non-story.
It's not a non-story because the one thing that I have to say about this is that it's not okay. It's okay. You're within your right to complain about this, but this cannot be censored because censorship is not helpful, it's not valuable, and you only want it censored because it doesn't align with your thoughts.
But it's not about
There is
censorship.
no difference between hashtag Free Colbert and stopping someone like Milo Yiannopoulos from having a book deal.
Right.
And those are from two opposite ends of the political spectrum.
Right.
Those are two very different viewpoints that seem to do the same thing, and that's try to censor the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not okay. You can't do it. You can try, but you cannot censor the things that people say. And Stephen Colbert was well within his rights to say what he said. I mean, we'll find that out after this FCC investigation. And anytime someone tries to get censored, it's crazy that you find out that they were always within their right. It was just the people that argued with them just didn't have the same views. And just because someone has different views than you doesn't mean they can't say something.
The problem that so it's not that it's a non-story. It's just that this is a story.
Hashtag woke.
This isn't a story about how we think that it's a story about because what you just said. That's not even a story. The story is about how you think that the FCC is. You get them on your side, and they're the gateway to censorship.
Yeah.
No, the gateway to censorship is just speaking up and being like, I don't like that.
Right.
But it's also being consistent.
But they try to take legal action. They try to take legal action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against, which is wrong.
And that's the problem. And this FCC in particular, now the way that it's going with Ajit Pai in charge.
Why are you doing that with your eyes?
I'm not, because he is not that. He is but there is going to be I think we're going to have some issues with
FCC?
with not censorship.
What about the SEC? That's what we don't talk about. The issues with the SEC.
Well,
we'll talk
we're going to talk about
later.
the SEC in a little bit. Probably in the next
around about 5:30, 5:35.
It's 5:30 right now.
I know. In 5 minutes, we're going to get to our 10 minutes, 10 topics. Because we have one more woke ass topic after this one.
Yep. By the way, as far as net neutrality goes. Go FCC.
Wait, where did net neutrality come
from? No, I'm talking about FCC because complaining to the FCC. And I'm talking about John Oliver.
Yeah.
The John Oliver story. If you do support net neutrality, the website is gofccyourself.com. It'll link you directly to the complaint section, and you can complain about net neutrality.
Don't try to stop people from saying things. Just disagree with them.
Yep.
And that I say that not because I care. I don't really care. All I'm saying is I just don't want someone to get between me and seeing some boobies online. That's what I care about. So just make sure you do whatever you want in your house. I'll do whatever I want in my house. And if you want to come by, I'm going to be looking at sweet pears.
I'm pretty sure this is exactly what Don Imus was talking about before he got fired.
Well, no, he said nappy-headed hose.
You're not allowed to say it either, are we?
Yes. How many? Why is it? Who are you? The FCC?
I'm scared of the FCC.
You've said hose on this show before.
I know. It was a couple weeks ago. Last week?
You're getting gentle again. Remember a few weeks ago you got gentle? Don't get gentle on me.
Hey, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
You're bringing sexy back.
I'm bringing sexy back.
The FCC won't let us be, so let me be me. So FCC, we're trying to shut me down like the SEC because.
What you don't know is it was performed by Eminem, written by Violent J.
No, it wasn't.
I know, but it
was
funny.
that would have been hilarious. What if Violent J is a ghostwriter for every great rap
What
song
if
ever.
Violent J is just a ghost in general? He's been dead for 25
I'm telling
years.
you. Who's seen Violent J and Silent Bob in the same room?
Not
I
me.
haven't. I haven't.
This last one. This is a local one.
Yeah, let's talk about gay people.
Let's do it. This is about institutionalized. Man, read it up for me. My mouth is dry.
This is by avclub.com. This is written by William Hughes.
Liam Hughes.
Liam Hughes.
Big fan of the show.
The new Tennessee law brings homophobia to the dictionary. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam signed a seemingly innocuous new law tonight targeting the use of language in the state's legal codes. Specifically, the new law calls for words that aren't covered under the state's definition of terms to be interpreted with their quote-unquote natural and ordinary meanings. And if you felt your can't say that antenna prick up at the word natural in the last sentence, congratulations, because this is indeed going to be some of that stuff I can't say.
Oh, that's a long preamble.
Both Governor Haslam and Republican Senator John Stevens, its sponsor, are describing the bill in the most neutral, quote, just having some fun with the dictionary, end quote, way possible, with Haslam pointing out that the section of legal definitions the law targets has all sorts of totally innocent words like road and sheriff inside it. Which, I read the whole bill. What it says in the bill is that sheriffs cannot marry the road, but the road is married to sheriffs.
No, the sheriff owns these roads, so the road is the property of the sheriff.
The sheriff can't get married to the road because the sheriff is already married to the game, is what I was trying to get
Are you sure?
What all this wacky language fun obscures is that the definitions don't include words like husband, wife, child, or the non-gendered spouse, meaning that those words are now free to be interpreted in whatever ways police and judges feel are natural.
So this is not a...
The rest of this is just
it's a lot.
conjecture.
It's a lot.
It's just more... It's not the preamble, it's not
a sexy topic. No, but what basically what they're doing, again, this is another example of a non-story. It's the fact that people are getting upset that there's a lack of definition, and a lack of definition of husband, wife, and spouse, non-gendered, so that there's plausible deniability in terms of same-sex marriage laws. That's all it is. And it's well within their governing right to do that, but it's like also like you gotta worry about re-election, so you just gotta go vote. I'm just saying it's just
basically the problem here is that
the lack of terminology is the reason why people are upset.
The original bill did not have these terms like wife and husband in it because back when the bill was written, only men were marrying only women. So they didn't feel the need to put those terms in there. But now that, marriage is getting expanded, people like Haslam and Stevens are trying to get those words included into the bill so that they can oppose same-sex marriage and the like.
Yeah.
So has anyone coined the term Haslamophobe? When you're scared of Bill Haslam because he's a racist piece of crap?
No, because I do stop at a Pilot to get my coffee twice a day. I don't go to Twice Dailies. I go to Pilot. So I can't say it. But I will say, I don't know. I was going to make it was a turn of phrase. It didn't work.
Casey?
Yeah.
You want to get into what is usually 10 topics in 10 minutes. I say we just do, because we only have 7 more topics. We do 7 topics in 7 minutes. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. This is a new, literally on the fly, making this up. What we're going to do, we have 7 more topics.
This is
going to run through them 1 minute for each topic, almost like the end of PTI, pardon the interruption.
I'm gonna do a shout out to Nick Danger. This was actually his idea about 2 weeks ago, and you know what? We're gonna implement it because we love it. We love you, Nick Danger.
All we do is we read the headline and then we just talk off of that.
So this is fake news right here. This is what you do all the time. So let's have some fun with it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'll read the headline and then we'll get into it.
Okay, cool.
For only $10,000, you can barf on William Shatner in Zero Gravity. How do you feel about that case?
Beam me up, Scotty. No more like sign me up, Scotty. I'm ready.
Who would you, if you could give $10,000, who would you want to vomit on?
Molly Ceviche, whoever that cam soda
Molly Cavalli?
Yeah.
But she might like it.
No, and if she got stung by a jellyfish earlier.
A lemon shark.
Oh, so if she was stung by a jellyfish, you pee on her. But if you get bit by a lemon shark, you throw up in space.
Yes, I think so. I think you got that.
I just tried to fit as many callbacks to this episode as I could.
I want to throw up on a Kardashian to bring it back to what Mac McLemore was saying earlier.
Just so you can be to blame?
Just because I want to see the look on their face. Do you think a Kardashian has ever vomited?
I think that the Kardashians have only vomited.
That's all they do. Because they're bulimic.
I mean, if you watch their show, they're like, ew.
Who knows? Next story.
Good.
Please enjoy Justin Bieber's tour rider. Now, get into a little bit of this one. Bieber has in his rider, he has a convoy of 10 luxury sedans and 2 Volvo buses will be at the disposable, Jesus Christ, of the artist and his entourage of 120 people. 10 containers will be flown in with items like a ping pong table, PlayStation, IOHawk, sofa set, washing machine, refrigerator, upholstery. Casey, what's in your rider?
What's in my rider? Some peace and quiet.
Some GD peace and quiet.
Some GD peace and quiet. 4 bottles of Fiji water, so I can just not drink them, so I can look opulent, and just some peace and quiet. I don't know. A jacuzzi would be cool. Maybe a massage table would be nice. Like to be massaged, and just things that make people pay attention. Some eye contact. Just some eye contact once in a while.
Wonderful.
A couple Tinder matches. What do you got, Matt?
Ex-New Mexico science teacher pleads guilty to making
what's on your rider?
It's too late.
You said we're going to get into it a little bit.
I know, but you took the whole minute.
I'm breaking the rules.
You took the whole minute.
I didn't break... No, because I thought you were going to go a little bit longer. Go ahead. What's on your rider,
Christ.
Matt? What's on your rider?
Just 2 big booty hoes.
2 big booties.
Ex-New Mexico science teacher pleads guilty to making meth in real-life Breaking Bad scandal. Casey.
More like real-life Walter White, am I right?
Is there a picture of this guy?
Yep.
There he is.
He looks
like a Florida dad.
He looks like Florida man. He looks like... Dogs are up. Dogs are ready.
If you caught in high school your teacher making meth and you knew he was making meth, what would you do?
I would say, hey, how do I know how to make meth?
Yeah, I would pull a full Pinkman and help him.
Would you?
Yeah. Was Jesse Pinkman his high school student when he did that?
Formerly. No.
Former. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's say, was he like 17 when...
No, he was older. He'd already graduated.
Yeah.
That guy, by the way, real life Walter White, looks like he mows the lawn with his shoes off, and he has sciatica pain, and he talks about it with his kids.
Guarantee you he does.
Cool.
Roger the Beefcake Kangaroo might be getting his own town statue now in Australia.
Take this one.
Who else needs an Australian statue? I said tattoo.
I'll tell you who does. Roger the Beefcake Kangaroo didgeridoo.
Oh. So Roger the Beefcake Kangaroo holding a didgeridoo?
No, he didgeridoo does need a statue, but
yes, he do.
I feel like that would be too on the nose. It'd be too on the nose. And I'm not going to talk about the 1-2 punch that could come from that sweet kangaroo.
I think they're right next to the statue of Roger the Beefcake Kangaroo. There needs to be a statue of Mel Gibson saying racist things.
Or
very anti-Semitic things.
Or David Hasselhoff eating a hamburger off the bathroom floor. Because I always confuse their...
Is Hasselhoff Australian?
No, he's American, but I always confuse the racist tirade or anti-Semitic tirade of Mel Gibson with Hasselhoff eating a drunk hamburger.
Isn't it crazy that the dude that made Passion of the Christ is extremely anti-Semitic?
I mean, based on the subject matter of the movie, I think that it makes sense, but not acceptable though.
He do.
He does.
Tyler, the Creator, is reportedly getting his own TV show on Viceland. It's called Nuts and Bolts. It's basically a version of how it's made, but they're teaching Tyler, the Creator, how things are made. I think this is the best idea I've ever heard. I think that Vice needs to do more of this. Nobody cares about what these gay-ass little millennial hipsters think about politics. We need more Action Bronson. Have you seen the show Jesus and Mero?
No.
Watch it. What's the other with Maddie Matheson? There's another show that's like Action Bronson show. What's it called? Whatever.
I don't know who Maddie Matheson is.
Phenomenal. Casey, who needs a Viceland show?
See, that's hard. Gary Busey wouldn't be bad if he was talking.
Gary
to millennials.
Busey would be a good one.
Like,
a cooking show with Gary Busey.
Cooking, yeah. What's cooking? Good look. What's cooking? Good looking. It's called What's Cooking Good Looking with Gary Busey.
Jim McElwain, who's the Florida head football coach, says that it's not him nude and humping a shark.
Wait, first of all, let's break that down.
An aerial photo on a boat came out of what is alleged to be Jim McElwain humping a dead shark.
Okay,
Casey, if you could have sex with a dead animal, which animal would you pick?
Inflatable pool whale.
Nope, it's got to be a real animal.
The shark that bit Molly Ceviche, whatever her name is. Molly Cavalli.
Molly Ceviche.
I don't know what her name is. We gotta post this picture.
By far the worst thing to get caught doing.
Yeah.
Having sex with a dead shark.
But it looks like it's not. It doesn't look like he's having sex with them though. I mean,
it also doesn't look like
it could
it
be
feels
extrapolated. It looked, yeah. Because what did you say earlier?
Smooth one way, razor blades the other. That's how sharks work.
So he's straddling one, like he's driving it, like he's like it's like Aquaman, like he's gonna go.
Or like Awkward Man.
Awkward Man. This is a real shark tail. Is the tail as old as time. It's beauty in the teeth, and he honestly looks like a manatee.
He does. It kind of does look like a shark. Is I don't know.
So there's a big shark on the back of a catamaran. No, I don't know if it's a catamaran.
You think that's a lemon shark?
No way.
Not a lemon shark.
No way. Actually, no. Does it have? Oh, it has camgirl tokens in the teeth. Yes, absolutely.
You know what? Maybe Jim McElwain was so drunk he thought that shark was Molly Cavalli. He was trying to have sex with her.
I mean, sailors used to think that dolphins were mermaids, and
that's how mermaids
they would have sex with manatees. It's a true story.
Guys,
this
that was fun. This has been the show.
I like that segment, Matt.
This has been the show. This is 5051.com's Top Topics here on 88.3 WMTS Murfreesboro. Thank you for listening. I am Matt Boyd at Matt Neil Boyd, Neil with an A on Twitter.
And I'm Casey Shaheen at Gym Class Tryhard on Twitter.
If you're watching this video, like, subscribe, share the video if you want to. You can comment on the video, comment on the page. Go to facebook.com/5051radio.
Spell it out, 5051 radio.
And we will be back next week. If you're listening on 88.3 FM, you're going to hear some automation. We'll see if anybody else comes in and does their show. Thanks for being here, guys.
Pop Topics.